After the Genius Act, we are seeing so many moves at the same time, and very important ones are being made silently, and that's exactly what I will be talking about today. So, one of the headlines we had for Bitcoin is how JP Morgan, the biggest globally important systemically important bank in the world, is now accepting Bitcoin and Ethereum as collateral. This is an extreme big deal because JP Morgan, as the biggest bank on earth, is also the most regulated in the United States. And they go through an extreme scrutiny into all authorities, the SNC, and they are considered a GSIB, a globally systemic important bank, as a too big to fail. It's one of the main pillars of the Eurodollar system, and allowing such a move actually creates the solidification of the consolidation of Bitcoin as a global financial asset. But this is not the only move that we are seeing currently right now. And one caught me by surprise on the way they just announced it, because it could be a very big deal. But before we jump into that, Cena is back with a huge report about if the cycle is over. It's now available on our Substack, so a lot of charts, just as Cena can do it best than anyone. Here showing exactly what's going on. So we're seeing a lot of volatility and on Bitcoin and gold. So it actually crashed and then it's coming back. Are they synchronized? Are they not? So if you want to check the latest, just follow us on our Substack here, and of course also our website bi.21stcapital.com. All links are on the description below. So first off, a big deal in the United States for instant payments is what we call Zelle. So Zelle is a huge processor, which is a consortium between all of the biggest banks like Bank of America, JP Morgan, Citibank, Wells Fargo, and so on. And they allow Americans through their phone numbers or emails to exchange dollars for absolutely at no fees. So we see some similar payment systems like Venmo. It's actually a competitor to Venmo and PayPal. Zelle has really consolidated because of the ease of use, and all of the biggest banks already have them. But it's actually just available for the United States payments within the Fed system. But for the first time, they're actually allowing, or they will allow, for stablecoin payments, which changes completely everything that is to know about instant settlements, because by Zelle allowing these kinds of payments, you can see an instant international adoption, which already happens, but in a more organic way. And we talk a lot about that in our Substack on the monetary mechanics part, how stablecoins are so crucial for the Genius Act, because it's a way for the US. I mean, they're not able to fight crypto and especially Bitcoin, but they're also embracing it full power and trying to actually take ownership of that expansion, so that they provide a new way of getting bonds as a collateral for the backing of those stable coins. So we see that adoption already happening, and Bitcoin is very influenced by that as well. So, and of course, we need to be very careful about the differences on a US regulated stablecoin like USDC, for example, and how Tether is also trying to get their own regulation and within the United States, because it really has to be compliant to the Genius Act, where you can reverse a transaction or maybe freeze a transaction, which does not happen on Bitcoin. But Bitcoin, on the other end, is, at least for now, being used as the main asset, as a sort of a stored of value. Of course, we have movements as well trying to move stablecoins through Bitcoin, or use Bitcoin directly through the Lightning Network, and so on. So we have to wait and see what ends up happening. But this is how the US is currently thinking about that, and allowing for that instant payment around the world through stable coins and through Zelle, which is already pretty recognizable in the United States, that could be a big deal to challenge PayPal, everybody else, or even just those payments all together. So we have to wait and see about the custody, if it's a self custody, if it's a custodial service, if you can maybe lend money against it. So this is going to be very interesting to see, especially when when stable coins are going to be able to be used as the currency exchange and debt extinguisher directly towards a payment provider or any kind of a service provider, without the need of converting that back into fiat. So this is really, we're starting to see a little bit of a fusion between DeFi and TradFi at the same time. So those movements are being silent, but they are changing a lot while we think about it. So I hope this gives you a little bit of the chessboard of the new battles that are going to be happening moving forward, when you have on the other side of the world China trying to do the exactly same thing, but a little bit hesitant about the stablecoin side, and just Japan getting into a yen-backed stable coin as well. But it's a very different system, because over 95% of all stable coins issued are USD denominated. So this is a very big deal. So let's see what happens. Let's see the next steps, and how we're seeing literally lots of different monetary systems actually compete against each other. All right, I hope this helps. See you in the next video.